Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello and welcome to program Insight in V News English. Dear viewers, in today's conversation, we will be discussing very important issue, that is water, Indus water treaty that has been signed between Pakistan and India, and finally India put this treaty in abeyance. But more precisely, an important development: the Court of Arbitration has concluded a hearing on the technical design of Indus hydropower projects, advancing long-standing arbitration initiated by Pakistan under 1960 Indus Water Treaty. This is very important development, but unfortunately, on the other hand, India has rejected this final conclusion and hearing, which took place in the first week of February 2026. In today's conversation, we will also discuss that what projects India was initiating on the rivers, the water that comes to Pakistan, what were Pakistan's technical objections, and second, what options Pakistan has on Indus Water Treaty, which has already been put in abeyance, whether international community, a World Bank, International Court of Justice, these are the options with Pakistan, and the related issues. We are fortunate to have with us today Mr. Jamaat Shah, former Indus Water Commissioner, who has been very kind despite his busy schedule. He is participating in our show. Mr. Jamaat Shah, very warm welcome in our program. How you see this first development that Court of Arbitration held on the power project that India is going to initiate on Jhelum, on Indus, and on Chenab, and whether this observation or this statement, the International Arbitration Court, which has already concluded, it is in the favor of Pakistan.
Pakistan requested the World Bank for the Constitution of Court of Arbitration in 2015, and then in 2022, the Court of Arbitration was constituted.
It is constituted on the order of the World Bank.
On the order of the World Bank, because in the treaty, the World Bank can appoint a neutral expert in order to resolve the differences on the design of projects between the two countries. If the issue is of non-technical nature, then we can request to the World Bank to appoint a court of arbitration. However, in both cases, any country can request the World Bank to appoint a court of arbitration, irrespective of the design or any legal framework laid down in the treaty. So accordingly, because when Pakistan approached to the World Bank, so the Indian side, they contested that it is a technical issue about these two projects, Ratali hydroelectric plant and Kishiganga hydroelectric plant, and it should have been exposed to the neutral expert, a technical engineer, not the court of arbitration.
True.
So that is why then the competence of the court of arbitration was then announced by the court that they are competent to handle this case. So at the same time, India filed a counter request that they would like to have a neutral expert on this issue. So the World Bank was thinking how to deal with this issue. Pakistan has approached for court of arbitration, and we have started the process for the court of arbitration, but India is not cooperating for the court of arbitration, and rather they want a neutral expert on that. So the World Bank took a pause, and after about 5 years, because World Bank told both the countries they may negotiate with each other and decide whether they would like to go to the court of arbitration or a neutral expert. Because to this organization, if they have a different orders on these, so how it will be implemented? So after I think a thought, the World Bank then decided to appoint a neutral expert as well and court of arbitration. India refused to adhere to the court of arbitration decision that they can hear this case, and India did not cooperate on that, and they have never attended the court of arbitration in the last two, three meetings. And even when the court of arbitration visited the project, India did not allow from their side to enter into the Indian
and they inspect the project.
Now
And
this
inside the projects, India didn't give permission.
no question. And I may just share in 2016, and why of the World Bank president, he called me on telephone, and I had about 25 minutes chat with him. So
In 2016.
he was of he was of the view that how this issue can be resolved, because Pakistan wanted to court arbitration. India is
Hmm.
not inclined. They want to go to neutral expert. So what is my opinion? So definitely, I had to toe the line of the government of Pakistan. I told that
True.
Pakistan first went to the court, to the World Bank to appoint a court arbitration, and the World Bank appointed the court arbitration. Now India then did not accept that and went for the neutral expert. So the
Hmm.
priority is that World Bank should consider this issue under the court of arbitration. However, no, after the held in abeyance recent in April
Decision last year.
2025, the
Hmm.
World Bank has a verdict. There is no ground for the held in abeyance. And even
Hmm.
the treaty does not say that India cannot held in abeyance any kind of any project or the whole holistically the treaty.
In other words, they rejected the Indian decision.
I think they have not used the word rejected, because when there was in the press media that India has held in abeyance the treaty,
Hmm.
then the court of arbitration approached to both the countries if there is
True.
any change in the status of the issue
Hmm.
between them. So
True.
Pakistan told that we are there for the court arbitration, but India refused. So on
Hmm.
that, then the court arbitration declared that the court has the competence even after India has declared it is held in abeyance. They will continue
Hmm.
with this issue. Same was the case with the court of for the neutral expert. Expert also declared that
Hmm.
his competence will continue irrespective of the held in abeyance. This kind of side of thing India has declared at
Hmm.
his own. So, as a matter of fact, the neutral expert had about 3 meetings on the issue. Court of arbitration has almost about 3 sittings on that. And India, neutral expert was appointed on the request by India. But in the last meeting held in November 2025, India did not attend even that meeting, because they told that we are out of the TT now. So same is the case for the court of arbitration. India is not attending. But I think it's very encouraging that Court of Arbitration has almost rejected the point of view of India and held in abeyance, and has asked India to provide the logbook for the bondage and install capacity of the projects which they are constructing. They issued an order on 30th January of this year and told them to provide this by the 9th February. And they also asked Pakistan if they need more information or data from India, they may submit it to the Court of Arbitration by the 2nd of February. So Pakistan did
True.
it, but India is not cooperating. Now the issue is, let's suppose it's a 5 member court of arbitration. If India had agreed to it, including their two arbitrators, it should have been a 7 member court. So
True.
the question is, where if the decision made by the 5 member court of arbitration, how it can be implemented? Because India has refused to this court, and in the recent statement by the Ministry of External Affairs, they have categorized it as a wide court.
Hmm.
So I don't know the decision if made, maybe after a year or 2 years or 3 years. So, what will be the fate of the implementation of the decision by the Court of Arbitration?
What were the basic objections raised by Pakistan on these hydroelectric projects which India was planning to construct on the rivers?
There is one annexure called annexure D, in
Hmm.
which India has been allowed that they can construct the run of river hydroelectric plants
True.
on river Indus, Jhelum, and Chenab. which are
Mhm.
under their control in the occupied Jammu and Kashmir area.
True.
But at the same time, treaty says when they intend to construct before 3 months of the start of the construction, they will provide its design to Pakistan.
And will
And
take
if,
Pakistan into confidence. True.
if Pakistan has any objection on those design parameters, then
Hmm.
this issue will be settled at the level of the commission. If not, then by a neutral expert or court
Hmm.
arbitration, or both the governments can take up the issue mutually. Now, the basic our point of view is that this water is coming to Pakistan. India can generate power, but it cannot store water. But India, at the garb of this limited fundage, they create
Hmm.
a more storage. So our apprehension is if India achieve this capability of
Hmm.
storing the water, so we will be at the mercy of India. Whenever they want to stop the water, they can stop in their
Hmm.
projects, and whenever they want to release, they will be able to release. And this Chenab River is very vulnerable because we don't have any dam on this project, because the Chenab River, when it enters in at Marala, it is all plain land. There is no mountain that we can stop this water or we can store this water. So this is
Hmm.
the major difficulty, in addition to this placement of gates plus and minus. But basic thing is the storage, that India should not have that storage in order to manipulate for the adverse effects on Pakistan.
What will be the effect of this hearing, which has been concluded by Court of Arbitration, and what will be its particular specific effect on India? Will India accept the concluding remarks by the Court of Arbitration?
India has already rejected it. They have
Hmm.
already rejected through media. And when the court in their press releases, they are telling resolving the basis upon which India must determine the installed
Hmm.
capacity and anticipated load of proposed Annexure D.
Hmm.
So it means they are asking India how they have arrived to this conclusion that this much storage or quantity is required, and it can generate this much installed capacity in megawatt power. When India is absent from that forum, who will provide those? So
Hmm.
it means ultimately the five-member court of arbitration, if India does not attend, because there is a
Hmm.
provision that India can join it anytime during the
Any,
process
but
of
India
the,
did not join.
but
Hmm.
India has not joined. So I think the five-member court of decision, I think they are also looking, they were also looking toward the neutral expert, because at the
Hmm.
forum of the neutral expert, Pakistan, India, both were sitting there.
Hmm.
But after April 2025, India is not also cooperating for the neutral expert. So I think it
Hmm.
will be very difficult for the court of arbitration to give any verdict or decision, and the case will be, I think, it will be keep on lingering upon, and no decision can be made. I think within the time frame or what Pakistan wanted, that they want immediate decision by the court of arbitration.
Legally, can India construct these run of the river hydropower projects, or it can stop because the matter is sub judice?
No, because it is given in the treaty that the decision of the neutral expert or the
Or court of
decision of the
arbitration?
court of arbitration are binding on both the parties.
Hmm.
But when India is not agreeing to the even the constitution of the court of arbitration, they have termed it as illegal code. So how they are going to accept? I think
True.
no. Even I think in case of Israel, the sanction,
Hmm.
put by the UN General
By the
Assembly
International Court of
were
Justice,
vetoed.
true.
Yeah,
Hmm.
the court of which cannot help. But the
So,
fine thing is that
hmm.
the lobbying by Pakistan and such kind of decision by the court of arbitration or neutral expert will help Pakistan in order to project its case with the ICJ,
Hmm.
International Court of Justice.
This issue
But
can be referred now to the International Court of Justice?
I think because Pakistan have sufficient grounds, because India is
Hmm.
not cooperating on the court arbitration, not going to the neutral expert, not adhering to the advices of the international community. So it was an international this agreement, and they are not obeying this agreement. So the International Court of Justice, when hears this, all the arguments by Pakistan, they can render a decision. And if the decision is not implemented by India, so India can come under this restriction, because about $50 billion projects are funded
Hmm.
by USA and the European Commission. So ICJ can tell you stop this funding to India. So that then I think it may be,
May be halted. Work
but
on
I
the
don't know.
dams may be halted.
Yeah,
Hmm.
but I don't know. Let's suppose if UN Security Council session is there, and any can veto. Russia can veto in favor of uh, or USA can veto in favor of India. So it's
Hmm.
very a tricky issue. India
Hmm.
has played a very dirty game of being held in a base kind of issue. But as a matter of fact, we're not worried about, because all these projects which India has started or constructing, they are all run of river hydroelectric plants.
Hmm.
Although they have the capability or capacity to manipulate, but manipulation will be limited, because
Hmm.
ultimately India will have to release the water downstream, and the water will come to Marala Hyderabad. Until and unless, because India's expert has told to the government of India, if you keep on constructing the projects,
Sorry.
it's not
Hmm.
going to harm Pakistan, because ultimately
Hmm.
the water is going to Pakistan. You should divert this Chenab water into Ravi somewhere.
Hmm.
Then it Pakistan will be harmed. But this perpetual flow which is coming to Pakistan at Marala, as it comes to Pakistan, we utilize it in our irrigation system. So if the
Hmm.
water is delayed during sowing period of crops, if it is
Hmm.
delayed during maturing period of the crops, so I think there will be some kind of dent on Pakistan about the agriculture economy, that on in the area which are being fed by Pakistan from the river Chenab. And we can have its solution at our own level, while we are discussing this issue at the level of the court arbitration, or we are
Hmm.
requesting the USA or maybe many friendly countries. We can join Mangla Dam with
Hmm.
Marala. And if there is any threat from India, we can mitigate it from Mangla, because
Hmm.
when we
No,
provide
but
water,
Mangla is also on Jhelum River.
Mangla on Jhelum and Marala is on Chenab. But
Okay.
we provide the Mangla water into the lower reach of Chenab. From
Hmm.
it goes to Mangla to Rasool, Rasool to Kadrabad,
Hmm. Hmm.
Kadrabad in Chenab. So we can reroute it through Mangla to Marala and then to Kadrabad. So, but this is a mitigation. But as a matter of fact, our point of view is that it is an international treaty, and
Hmm.
we sacrificed about 20 million acre feet of perpetual flow. It was a
How much?
political issue
How
in
much? 20?
1947. About 20 million acre
Hmm.
feet of perpetual flow of river Ravi, Sulut, and Beas.
Hmm. Hmm.
We gave 20 MF in order to have this treaty.
Hmm.
Otherwise, historically, this water should have come to Pakistan. And our
Historically.
case, and in
Hmm.
our case in with the World Bank in 1950 was that historically flow coming to Pakistan cannot be stopped. It was a
Hmm.
political issue, but the issue was made techno-political. That how much water is there, how much land is available. Then they
Hmm.
distributed it, and we had no option. And I often used to say that the treaty was not a happy marriage between Pakistan and India. We
Hmm.
had no option. We had limited option at that time. and General Ayub, he came in 1958, and this dispute was inherited by him from Sikandar Mirza. So he was
Hmm.
ambitious to resolve this issue. So he thought that this can be the only this option that World Bank has suggested. Otherwise, Pakistan engineers were not agreeing to the proposal of the World Bank. So, but we did it. But ultimately, the proposal approved by the World Bank, implemented by the World Bank. After about I think 60 years, had proven that its decision was not correct. It was wrong.
Despite these all verdicts and rulings, so what India wanted to achieve by again saying that it will stop Pakistan's share of waters from the rivers, mainly the Indus. Can India do this?
India cannot do it according to the
Hmm.
TT. But let's suppose, as I already made this, that Indian experts, they are of the view that constructing more projects as per TT on River Chenab by India, as they are doing
Hmm.
now, cannot harm Pakistan. It will
Hmm.
can only be harmed if you divert this Chenab water into Ravi, their
Hmm.
own river. So I think the issue that the Pakistan is monitoring that they don't divert this water out of the Chenab basin. So if
Hmm.
they
Into
divert
Ravi.
out of basin, then there will be war. But
Hmm.
for the time being, these projects cannot make a major dent to Pakistan. We are
Hmm.
looking into resolution of this issue, and we are pressurizing India to come on table with us,
Hmm.
because
Hmm.
this treaty
And
is a
discuss this matter, of course.
yeah, yes. But Pakistan has also, better, where Pakistan has categorically told if any projects which is constructed by India, which is likely to harm Pakistan, will be blown up. So
Hmm.
India, in all these projects, you may note they say we are constructing Sawal Core project or Dulhasti stage 2 as run of river. They are using the word run of river, which is allowed under the TT. But at
Hmm.
the same time, they are creating more storage. So, as a matter of fact, India cannot any damage Pakistan by these projects until unless they don't divert this water
Hmm.
out of basin, and that will be a flagrant violation, and Pakistan cannot afford. And then the result will be then Pakistan will have to do something in order to bring India on table.
That could be May 2025 response, the previously given,
Meaning
because
that
water is the
there are
lifeline.
there are many mechanisms. We have been discussing when I was commissioner. We have so many, bottlenecks. We know many bottlenecks. How to
Hmm.
how to squeeze
Other
those.
than the military action.
Other
Hmm.
other than other than the military action. Yeah, because
Hmm.
there this on the river Sutlej, there
Hmm.
is there Indira Gandhi Canal from Harike River, from Harike headworks, that goes into Rajasthan Canal.
Hmm.
So yeah, let's suppose if we stop that bottleneck, you will remove that bottleneck, the water will flow into Pakistan directly, and
Hmm.
it cannot stop it. So India will then will have to come on the table with Pakistan, because
And
but
how it can
Pakistan, I
happen?
think
How it can happen?
it can happen. It can happen, because when India is not coming to such kind of things, and they are
Negotiations, not sitting, not ready to talk.
yeah
Hmm.
not ready to talk, not ready to talk. Pakistan has sacrificed its water. And
Hmm.
if India is not allowing that water to Pakistan, Pakistan will have them then to snatch this water. So snatching can be, other many, I think definitions how we can do it. And I think when I was commissioner from in uh, there for about 17 years, we had definitely planning how to deal with India in case of it harm Pakistan. And we used to monitor the bottlenecks and the this area from where India can divert the water, and we
Hmm.
are still monitoring, and we are confident that the government is endeavoring and using its full strength. People
Hmm.
may not know, but all the governments are, I think, they do best for their people and
Hmm.
for the safety of the country, and in order to have this peace and prosperity. Yeah.
Jamaat Ali Shah Sahab, this is of course as some of the major rivers comes from India. So time and again, India has been threatening. Their political military leaders have made provocative statement. We will stop water from flowing into Pakistan. We will make Pakistan a barren land. Keeping in view such tactics and water as a tool of aggression against Pakistan, so, what are the alternate options for Pakistan as far as water conservation is concerned in Pakistan? Of course, Pakistan cannot be converted into a barren land. So, what are the other water conservation options available with Pakistan? Because India will keep on threatening, keep on making provocative statements. So, what options do we have?
You're rightly said that, because you have two frontiers. One is with India,
And the other one?
one is within Pakistan. But there is
Hmm.
a third one, because about 16 million acre feet of water comes from River Kabul.
16 million.
16 million acre feet on the annual average,
Hmm.
right? Now, how it becomes 16? River Chitral with 8 million acre feet annually enters into Afghanistan. It is called Konal River, and
Exactly, it becomes Kunad.
from the left side, then the river Kabul comes. They
Hmm.
both join above Jalalabad and come to Warsak. Right? So these 16 million acre feet water, and India not only disturbing Pakistan from the western river, they are also prompting Afghanistan. And when
Hmm.
I was commissioner, I made a Afghanistan cell. I collected information. At that time, I told the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to approach to President Karzai, and they talked with the President Karzai. At that time, he was selected president. So he told that since he is selected president, he cannot do anything. Let the election
Hmm.
come. When he will be elected, he will cooperate
Then
with
he can
Pakistan.
take decision.
But
Hmm.
when he was elected, he did not listen to Pakistan. So India is also putting pressure, because they had the capability that about 4 or 5 million acre feet of water they can
Hmm.
utilize in their own area. But the now coming to the management within Pakistan, let's suppose if the WAPDA says that about 20 or 15 million acre feet of water is unutilized going to the sea, so how will we able to stop Kabul?
Hmm. Hmm.
Let's suppose they go to the court of arbitration that we need water and Pakistan is not allowing us. They can
Hmm.
they can say they are wasting this water 15 mf into river, and might be about 7 or 8 million acre feet it is from river Kabul. So why they should not give this water to. So as a matter of fact, there is a dire need that we should construct more storages. We
Hmm.
should commit over this 15 million acre feet of water into future storage works, reservoirs. Number two, we should manage it in our fields judicially use of water, because at the
Hmm.
time of President Musharraf, Jahangir Tareen made a feasibility kind of thing, and he was
Good.
of the view that we can save about 5 million acre feet of water through our management. It means if we manage properly, we can save 5 million acre feet of water from this system, which is at present there with us.
True.
It means the water allowances in the areas in Sindh, in Punjab,
Hmm. Hmm.
these are the those per acre usage of water which were fixed by the English people. English regime. We had not reviewed that. The wheat crop area has been changed into sugarcane area. Wheat crop
Hmm.
area has been changed into rice area. I think there is a
And
lot
these
of
two crops consume more water. True.
more water. That
Hmm.
I'm saying that we should do management at overall. At the
Hmm.
same time, to tackle the issue of Afghanistan, we should have some MOU with Afghanistan, and we should get reinstated the Indus Water TT, which is held in abeyance. So, as a matter of fact, people ask us, India, India put the TT held in abeyance in April 2025. So, what is
True.
the outcome? Over
That-
10-member delegation went to European Commission, went to
Hmm.
USA. What is the outcome? None of the state condemned Indian at this point of view.
Hmm.
President Trump told that he will be able to, get the parties on a table. I don't know what is the
Accept.
status of that. I think
Hmm.
Pakistan should have asked Trump because he's you have written various article and Gaza as well. Pakistan is going there. So Pakistan
Hmm.
should ask them.
Board of Peace.
Yeah,
Board of
yeah,
Peace.
yeah. So why not peace with the India and Pakistan? Not
That
only
issue could be
part.
brought with the Board of Peace.
Yeah, yeah. So because but after that, I think no one has approached to Trump on this treaty issue. And the another source, I think. Let's suppose if
Hmm.
Pakistan and Mofa says that we are having a good relation or better relation with Russia, why not to try with Russia, Putin?
Hmm.
That India has, it's unwarranted. They are held in a base. It doesn't mean anything for the time being. They cannot stop. They cannot withhold water. But it's just. But I think it is a threat from Indian all the time, especially for river Chana, because the river Indus, about 15% of the flow is generates
Hmm.
in the Indian occupied area. 85% of the flow generated within Pakistan. We are not worried about Indus. River Jhelum is a small river. India cannot build any more storage on those. Only the river Chenab is vulnerable, and I think
Hmm.
government's also doing. But the option of ICJ, they maybe know,
Hmm.
maybe the Attorney General Masood may be knowing better that if they can go to the ICJ at this time,
Hmm.
because
Hmm.
my point of view is that we have a sufficient ground and sufficient material based on the
Hmm.
verdict of the Court of Arbitration, the international lobby, and the sanctity of the treaty. We have the basis in order to
Lastly, I
knock
would
the.
like to, yes, lastly, I would like to seek your comment. As you said, that the alternate option for Pakistan is constructing more reservoirs, using water more efficiently so that water could be preserved in the rivers, particularly during the rainy season. During flooding, the water could be stored into the water storages. But there have been lack of political consensus in Pakistan. KP has certain reservations on certain dams. Sindh has certain reservation on certain new canals or dams. How provinces could be brought on one page as far as water storage, future water storage projects are concerned?
I think it's a very very sensitive matter. You know better. Why the all the people are against the 18th Amendment? That is the
Hmm.
reason. The autonomy given to the provinces. I think that
Provinces,
is the
provinces are
complaint.
more powerful, exactly.
Yes, yes, because I think the projects of national interest does not need any votes. It is the priority of
Hmm.
the planning commission. That
Hmm.
that is the destiny written on the wall that we have
Hmm.
to achieve that target. It's not by votes. Whether these highways have been constructed on votes, whether this Bangladesh acceptance was made by votes. When
Hmm.
we have to do, we have to do. General Musharraf could have done this. He should have constructed Kalabagh, but he was
Hmm.
also trapped, to make a calf league and
Exactly, and make a compromise, of course.
compromise. Yeah.
Hmm.
So I think this maybe I don't know this 18th amendment. There is a lot of I think
Reservations are being
reservation
expressed.
on that, but maybe the 28th amendment. I think the all the this political maneuvering which is being, you can see this with the PTI and all that. That is, I think, exactly are the symptom for the 28th amendment, and there could be possibility. This about this. Let's forget about that, about any storage. This about this Kurdistan canal. That was small canal. It was
Hmm.
agreed by the President Zardari, but he could not bear the pressure. When he went to
Hmm.
Sindh, he had to lay in the hospital because he was not welcomed there in the Benazir Bhutto's, I think, that Percy, because
True.
he had to announce we don't accept this canal. But he told it's
And
better.
finally
Let
shelved the project. Exactly.
Yeah. And ultimately, the government of Sindh, they prompted internally
Hmm.
the
Patient
workers against this
reaction.
Cholistan canal.
Exactly. Hmm.
And Pakistan had then I think government had no option in order to
Except
just
to shelve this project.
settle down the dust. But they are determined to make it, and they will make it. I think Cholistan canal.
Just one short, crisp sentence about the future of water in Pakistan, how it could be protected.
I think, as a matter of fact, let's suppose if there are four provinces, I think the
Hmm.
harmony between the provinces is very essential. Number one,
Hmm.
because I have heard voices from Indus, from Sindh, that the Sindh has nothing to do with the treaty. It was a treaty between Punjab and India. None
This
of
Indus
our
Water
member
Treaty.
was
You are referring to
none
Indus Water Treaty.
none of our expert was invited to the delegation when the
Hmm.
treaty was being carried out. So they are only interested for River Indus exclusively. I think
Hmm.
so. This harmony between the provinces, between
Is
the parties,
essential.
is
Hmm.
very essential. And secondly, we should have to think that how we should bring India on the table, because India's point of view only that Pakistan is harboring this terrorism, and if they stop it, we
Hmm.
can we can remove the held and abeyance clause. So how it can be equated or disequated, and how we can, in a better way, we can project to the world at large.
Thank you so much indeed, Mr. Jamaat Ali Shah, very seasoned technical expert on Indus Water Treaty, former Indus Water Commissioner, and who has very deep understanding of Indus Water Treaty and the issues of water between India and Pakistan, despite your very busy schedule. And we had a very insightful conversation with you. You spared time and participated in our program. And dear viewers, till our next program, goodbye and Khuda Hafiz.
Thank you.